Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. So before I want to explain about the journal article, let me to introduce about myself. My name is Arum Satria Pertiwi. You can call me Arum or Satria or Tiwi, just so up to you. And I'm from extensive reading class G. So in this opportunity, I would like to explain about the journal article. Okay, next let's discuss about the first journal article. Descriptions of the first journal article. The descriptions of the first journal article are: first, the title. The title of this journal article is The Effect of Infographic on English Language Education Student Speaking Competence. And the second is the author, and the author are Cahyani and M.M, Cynthia Desi, and Miartan IPNW. And the page of the journal is 53 until 57, and the last one is source. Next is method. This study used a quasi-experimental research with a post-test only control group design. This research aimed at find the significant difference on student speaking competence of students that will be taught by using infographic and students who will be taught without implementing infographic. Result. The journal explained about the effect of infographic on English language education students speaking competence. Communication competence is very important for everyone, especially in this era. Students are required to be able to communications with good, but in the fact, communication is not easy as many people think, especially for communications by using English language. Not a lot of people can use English language with fluency in communications. Besides that, many research explain if most of ASEAN students still don't know about how to communications with good by using English language. They have opinion if English language is difficult and pronouncing the words of English language also difficult. Therefore, in this reform era, students are required to be able to use correct English in communications. In this case, introductions, visual literacy, media, and infographic must be applied in the world of education. And in this journal, the author also explained if this research method in the journal use a post-test only control group, experimental research type, where the study has purpose to determine about the significant difference between the student speaking competence by using visual literacy, media, infographic, and the student speaking competence without using literacy, media, infographic in learning. Besides on the explanations, the author also explained if learning by using infographic visual literacy have positive impact, such as infographic visual literacy is good, effective, and suitable to be applied in daily learning system. In addition, the implementations of learning system by using infographics, visual literacy can make the students become excited, because in this case, the students can practice the signing infographically according to the topic, such as introduction, people or their favorite idol. However, there are some students still not familiar and not understand with the application of infographic visual literacy in learning system. So from here, they will try to memorize before their presentations. The applications of infographic visual literacy is very helpful for students in speaking communications, especially for students who have difficulty memorizing the script of speech to be presented. And the last one is conclusions. At the end of the journal, the author concludes that learning with using literacy, visual media, infographic is most effective learning method to be applied in learning in this children area. Because from this learning method, the students become excited to study. So from here, the students can understand and can speaking English language with good. Okay, next let's discuss about the second journal article. Descriptions of the second journal article are: first, the title. The title of the second journal article is Foreign Language Listening Anxiety in Academic Listening Class, and the author are Arini Nurul Hidayati, Nita Sari Narulita Dewi, Enjang Nurhaidin, and Dewi Rosmala. And third is page. The page of this journal is 1 until 9 page, and the last one is source. Method. This study employed questionnaire and interviews to collect the data. The quantitative process was a replication from the previous relevant studies in foreign listening anxiety conducted by L. Kafifi 2005 and Tasildar and Yusuf 2014, and the last one is Zhang 2013. Okay, next is result. The journal explained about the difficult skill in English is listening. Listening makes students feel scared and anxious. They feel scared and anxious about listen because they don't understand what the speaker talking about. Besides that, the speaker usually speak using unclear pronunciations and speak with face, so the student not understand with the meaning of the speaker. So from here, the student will feel uncomfortable, frustrated, and afraid when the listening take place. However, when the student usually feel afraid and anxious with listening, so they become lazy to study listening. This research on the journal used quantitative research, namely by using questionnaires and interviews to collect the data. In this study, the researcher will give a questionnaire to the informant, and then the researcher also demand the informant to read each of statement properly. However, the researcher also demand the informant to give response regarding the statement. Besides that, this method is used by researchers to explore about what the cause from the students be anxious and afraid in learning listening. Based on this research, the researcher explained if listening is a lesson that feared by many students. However, many students think that listening is most difficult lesson, so that it can cause the students be nervous and restless. They feel restless, afraid, and anxious because they are afraid of being sanctified by their friend if they don't understand with listening. In addition, anxiety will make the students afraid to contribute to the learning process. The researcher also explained the component measured the most frequent listening anxiety factor. The result of the researchers saw that the students don't enjoy with the listening process, and the students also think that listening is a difficult skill in English compared to other skills such as reading, writing, and speaking. Besides that, difficultly remembering what the speaker said is also difficult because the speaker usually speaks with face and the pronunciation was not clear, so that many students felt anxious and afraid in listening. Based on the explanations, the researcher also explained about the factor contributing for foreign language anxiety. According to the result, the students' listening anxiety is mainly caused by their inability to cope with rapid speech rates, background knowledge on the academic contents, and range of lexical choices. These conditions were explicated throughout the student's statement during the interview season. Besides that, the students considered that they were incapable to grasp the information from the listening tasks given in class because they thought that the speaker performed inacceptable pronunciation and fast speaking feet. Meanwhile, the following of the difficulties the students when learning listening, namely the audio is too fast and sometimes unclear. The duration to do the exercise is short, and the most influential factor is the speech because it is bring confusions and difficulties to process the words, and it make miscommunication. And the last one is conclusions. At the end of the journal, the author or the researcher explained the anxiety was proven to exist in the student academic listening class. The factor the students feel afraid and anxiety apparently come from the task focus apprehensions, which incorporates two elements in speaking: speed rates and unrecognized words. So from here, I can say that listening is a lesson that difficult. However, listening a lesson that difficult. When we study with good about this lesson, I think listening become easy. So the key word to study listening is don't be afraid and anxiety. You should relax when you do the task, and you should focus on the speaker said. Then you should make some notes from the audio. Besides that, the journal also have excess and shortage. The access of the journal is we can easy to get information from this journal because the journal explain the material with good and complete. Then the shortage from the journal is the reader can easy to board because this journal of really long but have a mean that same. Okay, next let's discuss about the last journal article. Descriptions of the third journal article. First, the title. The title of the last journal is The Effect of Using Smaricalizations Poster on Students Writing at Senior High School to Tanjung Pinang. And the second is the author. The author of this journal is Rona Elviza and Ratna. And the third is page, and the page of this journal is 66 until 75. And the last one is source. Okay, next is method. This research was conducted as quasi-experimental research. In this research, the researcher used post-test only the second. Result. The journal explained about the effect of using smaricalization poster on student writing at senior high school to Tanjung Pinang. In here, the author explained about the definitions of writing. Writing is one of the most important skills that must be mastered by everyone. Writing skill can help everyone to convey their idea. In addition, from writing, everyone can explore their idea with coherently. Besides that, according to Spart, Puiverness, and William, writing can be interpreted as a process of forming words and combining words into a series of sentences. The author also explained if everyone must be able to write with good. The criteria for good writing include writing the words or sentence properly and correctly, using the right dictions, using punctuations properly and correctly. Currently, most students think if writing is very difficult. Therefore, new strategies is needed to help the students. Besides that, the ability writing with good is an expected ability of senior high school or college. Moreover, the strategy to improve the writing skill of students in senior high school with to approach learning such as reading and analyzing exposition text. Sometimes the teachers are confused in choosing the appropriate learning media to improve students' writing skill. One of the media that usually used by the teachers in learning writing is poster. Poster is combinations of drawing and contain explanations that have aesthetic value to attract people who see them. In addition, the result of the study show that poster have an important effect on vocabulary test result and student sentence. Therefore, to determine the effect of this poster, the researcher will conduct research at senior high school to Tanjung Pinang. Besides on the research, the applications of summaricalization poster as a learning media is very suitable to be applied. Summaricalization poster can stimulate students' ability to collect ideas. Besides that, this poster can also help the students to produce good analytical text, and from summaricalization poster, students can increase their vocabulary so that they be able to write with good. And the last one is conclusions. At the end of the journal, the author concludes that the applications of summaricalization poster have a significant effect. The effect of the applications of summaricalization poster in a learning are: this poster can help the students to produce good analytical text, and this poster also can increase their vocabulary. So the student will be able to write with good. So from here, I can say if the application of summaricalization poster is very important in learning. Because from this poster, the students can enjoy in studying and can make the students increase their vocabulary. So if the students have many vocabulary, I think the students can write with good. So I think my explanation today is enough, and I'm so sorry if I have some mistake, especially in my pronunciations in my speaking. And for the last essay, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you in the next opportunity, guys. Bye bye.